Hello there everyone, Mark3 and welcome back to the Tboch tangle in Factorio. Don't worry, I'm not building walls again, though I actually spent the entirety of the last week doing that. Because, as you can see, just here on the screen, I've actually finished all remaining sections of the wall. And I think that there are some enemy bases and things spawning in. Either that or that is just a cluster of enemies, I'm not sure which. Either way, they are a bit of a pain for my trains going past, but they don't really do any damage, so... yeah, I'm just going to leave them there, really. Anyway, I spent the entirety of last week pretty much working on the walls, which was not my intended plan at all. So... I'm sorry. I'm going to spend this entire week building walls as well. Or not. Whichever seems more likely at this point. I would say not. Yeah, probably not. Maybe not. Definitely not. I'm not going to subject you to lots of wall building again. Which I imagine is probably a relief. I didn't intend to do walls all of last week. It just kind of happened. Oh yeah, I have actually discovered how to control this. It's shift mouse wheel, which gives me control over what exactly is going on. But I need to quickly work out where it's going. I need 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. So I need something there. So I'm working out where I want to do this, because my plan is to actually go and start redevelopment this week and getting my base. You know, it's going to be a good base, a great base. The absolute best base there ever was in the entirety of Factorio. Ever. A magnificent base. A ludicrously powerful base that can do anything. Or not. Sorry, I am not going to do that, because I know better than to expect such things. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm going to begin with a new resource processing zone, seeing as I kind of need it. I'm not smelting my resources fast enough. I'm not smelting steel fast enough. Let's get something else I was doing. I worked out that Mark II robots, they need a better tool, but everything else pretty much is the same material, so I can upgrade my bots without too much hassle. So that's what I'm doing just there. But right now I'm just putting in the basics for a power plant, which I think will go here. Yeah, there. I'm not actually going to build this right now. I'm just working out how far down from the top of this section I want to put my stuff. So that's just taking a moment, so bear with me please. I need 1, 2 rows there. That's the absolute minimum, I think. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, and that's where that will be. Right. Which means my new smelting section will be starting from here on downwards. Which is just fine, actually. No. Am I not carrying any? No, I'm not carrying any of what I especially wanted. So, I'm going to very quickly get my logistics box to bring for me. I'm just going to find it. It's always this way, isn't it? Sorry. I'm always doing this. Right, I want you to bring me some steel furnaces, if you please. Not many, just, yeah, 10. Get my logistics box in the air, get me those things, and then go away. Because what I want to do is set up production of this stuff. So that means I need to have the furnaces ready. That is actually something to note. I have actually set up a production, a small production line which is making steel furnaces, so I can make better smelting and processing sections now. And I'm going to be doing it in the same kind of layout as I did for the previous sections. So I could copy part of the layout from down there, I suppose, but there's not really much point, is there? Because I'm going to be doing better track, better smelting. The only thing that'd be the same really is the layout for the inserters. So there is that. But anyway, let's see. Right. It's going to be like that. Unload like that. And then loading is going to be like that and like that. That's fine. I don't mind the odd blue thing blowing up. I've taken a load of them out there already. And as you can see, I'm missing all the stuff for the power plants because I don't have the parts I need. Just going to stop researching again. Camera's being a bit of a pain as usual. So there is that. Where are my damn bots? Oh, whichever. Okay. I'm going to need that one because it tells it to put down a big roboport, so I need a fresh blueprint. Okay. So yeah, this is the start of this week, which is going to be upgrading and refitting my entire base pretty much from start to finish. That is the general goal. And so it is actually going to take a fair bit of work. I've got to admit that. And there's no way about it. But I do need to do this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. Next set's going to be over here. Yep. I'm just waiting for those furnaces to arrive. Because without the furnaces, I am not going to be able to do much. But there are some other things that I can do of note, or rather say of note, regarding my factory in general. And that is the fact that I have been a very strange person and actually done things I've been talking about doing, or generally well, that was bound to happen sooner or later, wasn't it? Okay. I get to do all that again. But I know there's something wrong with the bots for logistics. So, instead of going over there, I'm going to go south instead and grab some actual steel furnaces from where they are being made. My base is still coming up to speed because I also found there was a fault in the... Oh, why are you not... I also found there was a fault in my lead mining operations, as in it was out of resources. So that was grinding some other stuff to a halt. But still. It's better not to discover that kind of thing, I think. Not when you're right in the middle of doing stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Since I'm down here, I'm actually going to copy the pattern off the existing lines. Because I know you guys would prefer that I do that instead of just going up and figuring it all out again. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And then I'm going to grab you. There. Done. Right. So yeah, I ran out of lead between videos, which is, by the way, a much longer. It was a much longer than 10-minute break. It was actually something like... it was about 40 minutes. Because I decided that because of how much I'd focused on walls last week, I wasn't actually going to do that again, even though the walls were not finished. So instead of doing that, I was going to actually work on, you know, getting it all sorted and working out exactly where sheesh, I am actually losing my voice a little bit. That is slightly disconcerting. I was going to work out exactly where I wanted stuff, and I actually found some faults to my base, as I mentioned as well. Let's see, the power plant was here. Yep, which means it needs to be down here. Yeah, it's about here. Yeah, a little bit extra space left over, that's just fine. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Excellent. And I picked up those steel furnaces so I can actually do this. Put those into place. Yep. I might as well spare the bots and very quickly delay this out, because I want to get it all ready to go. So power will be coming from... There's no way around it, actually. That is going to be the actual layout. So that's going to be like that. Insert is going to be in the same pattern, like that. Yep. And then conveyors are going to be like that. I'm sorry, bots. I know you were just coming along. But don't worry, you'll have work very, very, very soon. So yeah, I mentioned during the break I actually did some other work, which is actually quite true. I now have the production of lights, of all things. I have the production of tunnels, which is, I know, a very strange thing, but you know. And so I've done these things which I have been meaning to do for a very, very long time and just not done it. That said, though, I do not actually have production of splitters. That was the word, splitters. I don't have production of splitters, so I'm going to have to keep making those on site, and there's no real way around that, because they need the combination of different resources and things, which I don't really readily have access to. So that's going to have to just wait. Now, this is my refining loadout, so this means I can just slap this down. Now the question is, that's 20 furnaces. Is that going to be enough for the time being? Or do I want to do it bigger? There's enough space for some smaller refining setups in here without that. So, actually, if I do it like this... No, I need this space for a station. Never mind. 20. Like that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's actually the size of the existing ones. So it's not a size improvement. It's more of a efficient location kind of thing. Is that better? I can make it bigger. I've got space enough to make it bigger. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll be a longer pattern, and that'll let me do more stuff with it. In the long run, it might be too big for my current conveyor tech, so that is actually a thing to be aware of. And I put it all in the wrong place, so can I cancel that? Yep, just cancel it outright, so that's fine. 1, 1, 1. That's where I want it. Just there. Yep, that's fine. But once this is all up, this is going to take over the heavy lifting from my existing refining area. The problem is, with these dense forests, I can't actually freaking see. 1, 1, 1. Set there as well. Okay, yep, that's fine. Okay, that is going to be my new iron ore smelting section. Looking good. I need to get a... Yeah, I need to get some actual drone control systems out here so that I can do it better. One like that, and a control tower. There we go. Okay. And I'll need one at the other end as well, just to make sure the drones can get everywhere in it. So I need you to be about here. Mind you, the main problem is that I'm building this in the forest, so I wasn't planning to do it that way, but I need to do it, so I'm having to clear out all the trees. Which is not ideal, but it's going to speed me up slightly. So there is that. It's also keeping all my robots busy as well. Why is it... There must be a problem in the flipping logistics network. I thought I'd corrected this, but I never did fully check the entirety of the network to make sure that everything everywhere was covered by the logistics zones. And it seems that the spot which is building my furnaces is outside my existing logistics zones. So that's why there's a problem with it. I never actually connected that way? How odd. Oh well, I'll put one down there. Actually, I don't need that one, I can just pull it back up. But what I need to do is get all the way over here and to... Yeah, that's sitting just outside the logistics section. Darn it. There, okay. This section is producing my steel furnaces. It's going to grab those and bring them back. It says I'm short on... What? Can't insert because player inventory is full. Right. 8 objects missing construction robots, 32 missing materials, but that should not be the case. Yeah, it's in the logistics zone. Why are you saying you're on missing materials? Oh. Okay. Time for something slightly unplanned. Part of the reason my inventory is clogged up is because I actually went and grabbed a load of stuff which I was planning to take out to the Outpest Alpha. I almost called it the Outpost, but Outpest is still my preferred name for it, just because it was a slip of the tongue. Anyway, yeah, light production going on here, in case that's of interest to you. I'm also making the tunnels in this cluster of factories here. So that's going on as well. Yeah, moving on. I need to get out to Outpest Alpha, so this is going to be a very fast train ride. Off we go. Not what I planned, but I am making a start on the resource processing zone, and this will give the drones a chance to try and catch up. Oh, those are actually spawners. I'm not sure why they appeared there, because I don't have any mods which are growing them. That's exactly why I made sure I didn't have one that the natural evolution mods, which made bases expand towards you constantly, because it was just such a freaking pain to deal with. But anyway, unload stuff which is needed out here. I am actually going to cut this video well, this video won't be short, but I will be making sure to be aware of how long it's been because of that death and restart. Drop a couple of those back in, yes. A couple of pipes into place, yes. Okay, is that everything I want to drop? Oh yeah, lights. Drop a whole bunch of lights in there as well. Yep, that's looking okay. Might as well drop the Roboport in there as well, since I'm not going to be using it much. Okay, now what's wrong? Nothing. Nothing is wrong. This is excellent news. But still, just to be sure that it stays that way... Holy hell, there's a lot of Mark II gun turrets in that. I was going to put down some sniper turrets to help protect this section because it's getting a little bit damaged, but it's keeping going. But look at these nasties which are trying to do things. They are doing their best to try and kill this base. But I'm doing my best not to allow it to happen. How far I'd get in first, wouldn't it? Okay, take me back to Tboch, if you please. Another news, I have also set up the... I've done the basic setup required for the oil train. I have not found the pump which is supposed to be able to fill those oil tankers, which is a slight pain. So I'm going to have to set it up to do barrel conveyance, but I'm not doing that until I've actually got a new refinery zone set up which can handle it all. Hello aliens. Bye bye aliens. I left them far behind, but they did get hit in on my train. Lucky there are repair bots around which can deal with that at this end, so that's fine. So yeah, that's why this is now 4 carriages instead of 2 carriages and 2 oil. But the stations are in place, the orders are set, it just requires setting up to actually go do it. And that's all it really needs. Still saying you're missing. It's because you've not got the bots in place to actually go and, well, you've not dismantled it. That's why. You've not dismantled it at all. All right, that's not the yeah. I was trying to rotate that, thinking it was the blueprint book, and it was not. But I've got to get some charging pads down here so that they can actually help keep the bots in the air. That would be a good idea, I feel. Now then. I've got a couple of minutes left before I'm going to end the video, and then it'll be a 15-minute break rather than a 10 because of that little death I had earlier. Now, where are the spare bots? More to the point, I need to get these bots set to doing level 2 stuff. The problem is that requires level 2 tools and maybe level 2 flying frames. I'm not sure how good that all is. Why did I dump some resources in that? Anyway, get some more bots out there. Off we go. Yes. Now then, level 2 flying frame. Should be somewhere. Robot Flame Mark II. Higher electronic circuit boards, I can do that quite easily, but it requires aluminium plate. I do not have access to aluminium, I don't think. And I know that's going to sound weird to any Americans watching, because I know you say aluminum, but still. I don't think I have access to bauxite. So that's going to have to wait a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah, bots are just flying around doing their stuff. That's all okay. Unfortunately, they're taking their time with these trees, so I don't really know what's going on there. I'm just going to help out a little bit. Yep. What is wrong with you lot? Can I... Ah. Okay, you're fine for power. You're just struggling to harvest the trees, which is a bit odd. Yeah. This is very strange. The bots aren't harvesting the trees. Is it because they were carrying a cargo? That's not stopped them before. And it's still saying a whole bunch of stuff is missing parts for construction. It shouldn't do, because there's plenty of parts left lying around in my actual base. I've got a ton of reds, I've got a ton of steel, I've got tons of inserters, I've got tons of power poles. So the question is why it is doing that. Let's go ahead and reconnect it and just see if that fixes it or not. No, it's still saying they're missing. Oh, very strange. Dump my spare stacks into there. It's not registered them. Okay, something is going wrong. I'm not sure what it is, but there's some fault going on in the actual logistics system itself. But sadly, I'm not going to be able to just stop and try to work it all out, because this is actually where I plan to cut off the video. Seeing as there was that whole death thing, and this will be roughly the 20-minute mark as far as the video is concerned. So you say they're missing, and there you are just flying in to flicking do it. So seriously, what the hell, guys? What the hell? What's wrong with you? And here comes some... Oh, yeah, okay, now they're all saying it's okay. Ah, I see. Right, okay. I think I see. The problem is a bit of a clash between the two sets of robots. I think. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. And just very quickly just grab up a new blueprint, which will be covering this entire set. So now I can just duplicate the entire thing rather than having to do it piece by piece like I did before. So there we go, just grab all that. You are the smells. Yeah, the sector smelts. It's going to be a lot of pollution. Sector. Okay, that's going to be it. So get it lined up there. 1, 1, 1. Okay, and then the bots will just start working on that. So yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was slightly better than watching me building walls all of last week. Oh wow, look at the army. I do love seeing them fly out like that. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching for the third time, I think, or the second, I don't know which. I'll catch you some other time on some other video. Yeah, tear that forest down. I'll see you later.